Okay, so in the last class we have discussed the basic terminologies, basic definitions of related to financial derivatives. I hope ये जो भी हमने पढ़ा था, this is clear to everyone. So we have discussed the settlement. Right, we have taken one example for futures contract, and we have discussed this case one. So I told you, I have given you one small assignment कि आप लोग second case लीजिएगा. Second case in the sense जहाँ पे जो settlement price हो, जो value date वाली price हो, that will be higher than or lower than position and margin. Okay. So first let's discuss what do we mean by the position. So when we talk about position in case of futures or options, yet overall as a in the derivative, so we always use two terminologies. One is long position and second one is short position. एक होता है long position और एक होता है short position, right? Generally, in case of futures, we call it long on futures and we call it short on futures. लॉन्ग पोजीशन बोल लीजिए या लॉन्ग ऑन फ्यूचर्स बोल दीजिए, शॉर्ट पोजीशन बोल दीजिए, शॉर्ट ऑन फ्यूचर्स बोल दीजिए. Now what does that mean? ये समझना है. Whenever a party purchases a futures contract, purchases a futures contract, it is called long on futures. First point. So second point clearly पता चल रहा होगा that second point will be whenever a party sells the futures contract, it is called short on futures. Short on futures, right? So what do we mean whenever there is we always say that when there will be a transaction when there is a buyer and there is a seller. So whenever a party purchases a future contract, it is called long on futures, and that purchaser जो ये buyer है, this buyer has the right and obligation, and this particular seller also has the right and obligation. अब इन वर्ड्स का क्या मतलब है ये समझते हैं. We said that there is a long position and there is a short position. Long position basically the buyer and short position basically the seller. This long position holder also has the right as well as obligation. Now obligation for what, right for what, वो बात करते हैं. And this seller also has the right as well as obligation. Now right and obligation for what? To take the delivery of asset or settle in cash difference, and in the same, to give the delivery of asset or settle in cash difference. बस केयरफुली सुनते जाओ, बाकी सब काम हो जाएगा. There was a long position and the long position holder was called as the buyer of the contract और short position holder कहलाता है seller of the contract. चाहे ये futures हो चाहे ये options हो, दोनों केस में ये सही है कि जो भी contract में का buyer होगा that will be called as the buyer of the contract, जो भी contract का seller होगा that will be called as the seller of the contract. Sorry, short position, long position. Now both these parties have the right as well as the obligation. Now right as well as the obligation और short position में भी right as well as the obligation कहा किस चीज का? That to take the delivery of the asset और settle in cash difference. Most of the cases में settlement होता है, cash differences में physical delivery इतनी नहीं होती है. And seller के केस में short position में भी settle in cash difference और give the delivery. अब इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? हमने example लिया था, there was a party A जो कि buyer था, उसको हमने बोल दिया long position, और there was party B who was the seller, उसको हमने बोल दिया short position. याद रखने का बहुत अच्छा तरीका है, as for seller, as for short, तो फिर long buyer के लिए हो गया, simple. So suppose the buyer has purchased the contract और उसमें जो strike price थी, that strike price was 900 rupees per share. Lot size था 1000 shares का, and seller also has a strike price of 900 per share, and the lot size is 1000 shares. Now the point is कि जब ये सेटल हुआ ऑन वैल्यू डेट, एक केस हमने लिया जो स्पॉट प्राइस है, जो उस वैल्यू डेट पे सेटलमेंट प्राइस भी कहलाएगी. स्पॉट प्राइस इज लेट्स सपोज 800 rupees per share. So in this case buyer is obliged to give 100 multiplied by 1000 to seller, and seller has the right to receive 100 into 1000, that is 1 lakh rupees. So in a particular case one party will be using his right, another party is obliged to give the money or do the settlement. So in this case A is actually using is forced to use his obligation, obey the whatever the terms and conditions of the contract, वो obligation में आ गया है, right कुछ नहीं रहा. अगर देखा जाए तो 1 लाख रुपीस का लॉस है, but he is obliged to bear this loss, तो उसको करना पड़ेगा. And B ने क्या किया? He has used his right. ऑब्लिगेशन तो बी पे है ही नहीं ना कुछ, बिकॉज जब आपको कुछ रिसीव हो रहा है तो यू विल यूज दैट राइट. राइट ये जो दो वर्ड हमने यूज किए थे ऑब्लिगेशन एंड राइट मैं वो समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं इज इट इन दिस केस ऑन वैल्यू डेट the spot price is let's suppose 1200 rupees per share. Now in this case what plays as A will receive rupees 300 multiplied by 1000 3 lakh and B will have to give 300 multiplied by 1000 that is 3 lakh rupees. So over here A has used his right but B was forced by the obligation. So in case of futures contract both the parties has the right as well as the obligation to do the settlement on the value date settle in cash difference or whatever it is but they have the obligation as well as the right in futures contract and this is a common sense that whenever you are in profit you will be using your right and whenever you are having a loss you are bearing this because of the obligation you have we can say you are forced to do this am I right so we have done with settlement and we have done with the position now we are left with this margin and we need to understand this because we have numerical questions for this also okay yeah margin both the parties means the buyer and the seller are required to deposit the initial margin on the date of contract with the stock exchange. Both the parties, whether it is a buyer of the contract or the seller of the contract, both of these parties will have to deposit some initial margin, some amount of money on the date of contract whenever they are doing this contract with the stock exchange. And this margin is called as initial margin. This margin is called as initial margin. Now, why this margin is required? Because this margin is deposited to cover up the loss arising on account of counterparty default risk. I mean, if any of the party uh, default to do to complete the contract to execute the contract, so this particular margin will be utilized to cover up the loss if there is any default and the point is the main point is it is maintained every day on mark to market basis. This is the terminology which we need to understand. Sometimes there is a question ki what is mark to market basis, what do you understand by mark to market basis. So mark to market basis is a particular methodology, particular process which is being used by the stock exchange to maintain your initial margin onto that particular level on a daily basis. Daily basis पे ये calculation होता है. Whenever, I mean, how this is being done, we'll take one numerical example for this. So जब भी सपोज देयर इज एन ऑल, आई मीन, अगर आपने कभी अपने ट्रेडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म पे अपनी ऐप देखी हो तो देयर इज ऑलवेज अ हाइपोथेटिकल लॉस और प्रॉफिट. हर दिन का लॉस और प्रॉफिट आपको दिखाता है कि आज आपका जो पोर्टफोलियो है उसमें जो भी स्टॉक्स हैं उनकी प्राइस अगर नीचे चली गई है तो देयर इज एन हाइपोथेटिकल लॉस और प्रॉफिट. मतलब अगर आज आप उन शेयर्स को बेचते हैं जो आपके पोर्टफोलियो में पड़े हैं, मैं इक्विटी की बात कर रहा हूँ अभी, तो आप अगर आज उनको सेल आउट करते हैं तो ये आपका लॉस होगा. आपके पोर्टफोलियो में सपोज 4 शेयर्स हैं, चारों शेयर्स आज नेगेटिव में है, तो देयर विल बी कैलकुलेशन ऑफ हाइपोथेटिकल प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस. हाइपोथेटिकल प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस इन द सेंस आपको वो लॉस हो नहीं रहा है, लेकिन इन केस अगर आज आप इस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को या इस शेयर को सेल आउट करते हैं तो इतना लॉस आपको होगा. So exchange will do a calculation of hypothetical profit or loss. So in case of profit, no requirement is there, but if due to that hypothetical loss, आपका जो initial deposit है, suppose your initial margin deposit is 10,000 with the exchange today, 23rd of July, and because of some things, let's suppose on some working day, 26 July, because of some there is an hypothetical loss of, let's suppose, 1000 rupees. Means if you sell your stocks on 26th, there will be a loss of 1000, so your initial margin has come down to 9000. So exchange will ask you to deposit 1000 in order to maintain it back on 10,000. ये बेसिक फंडा है मार्क टू मार्केट बेसिस के पीछे. नाउ विल टेक वन एग्जांपल. द क्वेश्चन इज दैट ऑन 23rd of June, futures with series, let's suppose ITC 250 July is purchased by Mr. Deepak and sold by Mr. Rajat with an exercise price of rupees 1000 per share. The initial margin deposit is at 20% of the transaction. So the first question is, what will be the initial margin? So how to calculate it? It is clearly being mentioned that 20% of the transaction value. So if we go for this, first of all, please understand this. What do we mean by this? The name of the stock, the underlying stock is ITC. This 250 is what? Lot size, the number of shares in one lot. And this July is the settlement will take place in July. This is how we read this. And now if we talk about the transaction value, so the number of shares are 250. So first of all, let us understand what is the amount of transaction which is being done. So 250 number of shares, and the exercise price is 1000. So total amount is 2,50,000. Now, as it is mentioned that initial margin deposit is 20%, so initial margin is 2,50,000 multiplied by 20%. So इसका 20% हम निकालेंगे, it is rupees 50,000. So this rupees 50,000 to be deposited by Mr. Deepak as well as Mr. Rajat. Both the parties will deposit this initial margin with the stock exchange. This 50,000 will be deposited with the stock exchange by Mr. Deepak as well as Mr. Rajat. Now the second part of this question is calculate the mark to market margin for buyer and seller of futures if settlement price happen to be as follows. So let's suppose on which date we have taken, 23rd. So let's suppose on 24th of June it is 1010. This is settlement price. Settlement price in the sense the spot price. The market price on 24th of June is 1010. That is why it is called as settlement price for 24th June. For 25th of June it is 1050. For 26th of June it is 1020. For 27th of June it is 980. For 28th of June it is 1000, and let's suppose for 30th of June it is 970. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 different settlement prices for different days are there, and we need to calculate the initial mark to market margin, that the maintenance of initial margin at 50,000. How will it be done, right? So this is well done in the next class. अभी के लिए इतना ही रखते हैं. I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.